Surprise! Prices are up again! Well, folks, it seems like inflation is the party guest that just won't leave. Just when we thought we could stash away our disco balls, January's consumer prices decided to spike higher than a New Year's Eve champagne cork. Wall Street analysts, with their fancy algorithms and even fancier salaries, predicted a teeny 0.3% rise. But guess what? Inflation said, hold my beer, and surged a whopping 0.5%. That's right, those eggheads on Wall Street got it wrong again. The annual inflation rate now sits at a not-so-cool 3%. Remember core inflation? That's the inflation rate after stripping out volatile food and energy prices. It's like taking the crazy out of a party, leaving you with just the awkward small talk. Well, even core inflation is feeling the heat. It rose by 0.4% in January, clocking in at an annual rate of 3.3%. Apparently, even awkward small talk can get expensive these days. It seems like the economy is playing a game of whack-a-mole with our wallets. Just when we think we've got a handle on one expense, another one pops up. Stay tuned as we unpack this inflation party, one ridiculous price increase at a time. Let's talk about housing, shall we? Because apparently the roof is still the most expensive part of living indoors. Shelter costs, which include rent and something called owner's equivalent rent, don't ask, jumped by 0.4% in January. That might not sound like much, but hold on to your hats because it contributed a whopping 30% to the overall CPI increase. 30%. That's like saying your annoying roommate is 30% responsible for all the dirty dishes, a significant and frustrating contribution to say the least. So whether you're stuck in a bidding war for a moldy basement apartment or drowning in a mortgage that seems to grow larger every month, you're not alone. We're all feeling the pinch of these outrageous housing costs. And by pinch, I mean more like a swift kick in the bank account. Now onto the real culprit of our inflationary woes, eggs. Yes, you heard that right, eggs. Those humble little breakfast staples have somehow transformed into luxury goods, right up there with caviar and truffles, well, almost. The price of eggs soared by a mind-boggling 15.2% in January alone. That's the biggest jump since June 2015, and a 53% increase compared to last year. To put that in perspective, you'd need to find a chicken who lays golden eggs just to afford a decent omelet these days. So, what's behind this extraordinary price surge? Well, blame it on the birds, specifically the avian flu. This nasty virus has been wreaking havoc on poultry farms, leading to a shortage of eggs. And when supply goes down and demand stays the same, well, you know what happens. Prices fly higher than a caffeinated chicken. So next time you crack an egg, remember that you're basically enjoying a delicacy. All this economic chaos has investors feeling like they're on a roller coaster designed by a bunch of clowns, terrifying and slightly nauseating. The Dow Jones Industrial Average took a nosedive, plummeting over 400 points faster than a pigeon escaping a hungry toddler. Bond yields, on the other hand, decided to climb higher, proving once again that what goes down must come up. Except for maybe your retirement savings. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve, the big kahuna of monetary policy, is trying to project an air of calm amidst the storm. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, with his signature poker face, has signaled that the central bank will keep interest rates right where they are for now. It's like watching a tightrope walker try to maintain their balance on a windy day. You know a wrong step could send everything crashing down, but for now they're holding steady. So there you have it, folks. Inflation is still the life of the party, even if it's a party nobody really wants to attend. Will the Fed's gamble pay off? Will egg prices ever come down to earth? Will we all be living in cardboard boxes and eating ramen noodles by this time next year? Tune in next time for another thrilling episode of The Economy where chaos reigns supreme.